December, Saturday. It was Sharog and Alex. I was so happy seeing some familiar faces. They were surprised to see Raleigh too. Sharog told me that he thought we were dead because he saw that thing climb through our window and he heard screams. I told him about Mom and Maggie and they got silent too. Turns out Sharog's parents were gone too. I told Sharog I was really sorry and comforted him by telling him that we were in this together. Alex was really quiet the whole time, so I asked him what he had brought. Turns out Alex is smarter than we thought. He brought night vision goggles, heat sensors, and a supercharged taser, all of which he made himself. Sharog brought canned food, tons of other supplies, and a Ziploc bag with some fresh Indian food. By that time, Roderick came to us with 2 suitcases filled with supplies and told us that we had to go. Friday was a bit annoyed of us taking his stuff though, but he understood that it was not time for an argument. Alex asked us where our ride was and I pointed to Roderick's van. Alex told us we had to reinforce the van because these striders can tear through the van easily. I guess that thing is called a strider. I noticed I was getting late and told the guys that we should go. We all got in the van and Alex placed some small chips on the van's door. I asked him what they were for and he said they were motion sensors that make a red light if something is moving nearby. Jeez, this kid is smart. I'm glad we found him. We drove for a little bit, but Roderick noticed that the van was running out of fuel, so we headed for a gas station. Roderick told us to raid the gas station while he and Riley refueled the van. It was nighttime, so it was hard to see anything. The gas station windows had bloodstains though, so I warned the guys to look out for any striders. We opened the door and I held out my shotgun while Alex aimed his taser. And sure enough, I heard that ugly hissing sound again. The strider was behind a shelf, eating something, or someone. Then the strider turned towards us and started to charge at us. Sharog told me to pull the trigger, and I couldn't. The shotgun was out of ammo. I saw that thing run towards me and I thought it was the end. But then, that thing flew back and rammed into the wall. Some kind of blue current covered its body. The strider was dead. It was Alex who shot the thing. Sharog asked me if I was fine. I told him that the gun didn't have any shells and I couldn't shoot it. Alex told me to check my gun next time and to be careful. We took everything that we needed from the shop and we was about to leave when Roderick and Riley rushed in through the door. Riley told us to hide, asked why, and he pointed out the window to the road. All of us hid behind the store counter. That was not a strider. This was something else. Something horrifying. We peeked through the window and looked at the thing. It was some kind of giant. It has no face. Its body was covered in a black veil. It had no hands or feet. Roderick told us to lay low, but Sharog told us that thing could come to the gas station and blow it up, destroying our van and everything in it. Alex told us the giant was about 500 feet away from us, and it could get to the gas station quickly, so we hatched a plan. Roderick told us that he had bought some illegal fireworks and the guys held a vote for 2 people to go around the bushes and set them off far away and run as fast as possible. Alex told us that using his heat sensor, he found out the giant was cold-blooded, so it would go towards the heat. Then Roderick, Riley and Alex would get in the van with all of our supplies in it, floor the gas, and pick us up while the giant was distracted. So, Roderick gave us a firework called DOOL to set off. He said it was the biggest one of the lot, so the plan was in action. I gripped the firework as Sharog trailed closely behind with a lighter. I was sweating even though it was so cold outside. We sneaked past the giant and it didn't seem to notice us. Roderick was watching us intensely. Sharog was praying for no striders on our way. We got to a far enough distance and we set the fireworks off, shot into the sky, sailing so high, and then boom, it exploded into bits. The giant turned to the explosion and started walking to it. Me and Sharog ran away as fast as possible. We heard Roderick's van come and we got in as quick as possible. Get in the back! Then we rode off into the night, escaping that thing. But we still had a problem. It was getting cold. Really cold. Roderick's van barely had heating. Roderick said he'll find a heater or something at the tech store, so we started to drive there. But while driving, we saw a strider on the road. Roderick didn't hesitate and just ran over that thing. We eventually reached the trash store. We all went in and Roderick found the heater, but Sharog was hesitant to leave. Riley asked Sharog to come, but Sharog didn't move. I asked Sharog what was going on. Turns out Sharog just thought to raid the tech store as well. The world was practically ending and we could take some of this loot so that Alex can make more of his gadgets. We all started to raid the store. We took mostly everything for Alex to disassemble and make more of his gadgets. We took all of our stuff to the van. I was running out of space and we couldn't sleep in there, so we all started to think about what we will do. But then Roderick had an idea. He suggested that we take the RV that Uncle Gary left at Gammy's house. So we hit the road to go to Gammy's house. There was barely any space in the van for 5 people, so an RV would be a huge upgrade. We eventually reached Gammy's house and we got in the house. We couldn't stay at the house because all the windows were broken and the Striders could get in through multiple entrances. I remember giving the key back to Gammy after we got back from Campus Eden and her putting it on the key holder. And sure enough, it was on the key holder. We all got in the RV and it was pretty clean, way cleaner than Roderick's van. So we took all of our stuff and put it in the RV. We couldn't drive the RV because it had low fuel. Roderick told us to lock the doors and that we could sleep in the RV tonight. We took our sleeping bags and tried to get some rest because Roderick told us that tomorrow was a big day. More coming in Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Monster Apocalypse, Part 3.